let's talk to them about two special shots. One, the cut shot. Two, the lob shot.
Cut shots and lob shots.
A cut shot and a lob shot both use a vertical hinge.
What would that be?
Well, show them. Show them.
Well, palm down. We know that we have a wall back here conceptually, and the left wrist simply stays vertical to the wall. And out on the angle plane of the stroke, it looks like this.
So it's the reverse roll feel.
It's a palm down reverse roll feel, that's correct. Does the left wrist bend? No, not at all. And yet you see so many players trying to waft the ball up in the air with a bending wrist, and sometimes when you need the absolute maximum velocity, sometimes that can be, but that's only
1%.
Very extreme cases. In most cases, the same result can be achieved, keeping the left wrist flat, maintaining the RPM of the stroke, and still accomplishing all the layback that you ever want to have.
While you're talking about this throw, you know how many junior golfers fight and fight and fight? They get on the range, they're trying to learn the FLW, trying to learn the flat left wrist, they're trying to learn hinges, but then they get with their friends at the end of the day and they spend 30 or 35 minutes doing what?
Flipping those little
absolutely, hit it as high as they can hit it. That is a death throw. Just don't do it. Just stay away from any throw. Take Lynn's advice. 1% of the time you might need that throw. Other than that, leave it alone. Now let's go. We showed them vertical face here, right? We showed them. That's vertical face.
That's vertical hinging with a fully laid back face.
Absolutely. That's angled. That's horizontal. So that's what when he was talking about boring a hole in the sky like Hogan, bammo. When he's talking about those nice soft shots, butterflies with sore feet, bammo.
Right.
That's what we're talking about now. Now any shot that uses that vertical hinging is going to be a soft shot. Period.
You have to.
Doesn't matter where the ball is positioned. Doesn't matter. This is going to be a soft shot.
Because that club face is laying back under that golf ball.
Period. It's always going to be soft. Now for the ultimate, the lob. So instead of all these people out here going and throwing that club head to throw that golf ball up, let's talk about the lob. So with the lob, you still keep flat left wrist. Vertical hinge action. And you play the lobs opposite your left shoulder. It's the low point of your golf swing. So that would be its look. Correct or incorrect?
That is correct.
And then from there, all I do is pick it. Are you going to hit or swing?
Are you trying to pick it though?
Nope. Yeah, you're not trying to pick it. I mean pick it. Pick it meaning, am I going to hit or am I going to swing?
Right, but okay, all right, I see. But the ball is being literally brushed off the ground or picked off the turf. There's going to be no divot because you're already at the lowest point of the stroke. You're not going down any further. And so the effect is that the ball's brushed well up into the air.
So I'm going to use 3 accumulators with a hitting motion here and a vertical hinge.
Voila.
And I'm going to use 3 accumulators here, swinging with a vertical hinge.
And those are lob shots?
Those are lobs.
Okay, not cuts. Because you're taking the ball at the low point of the stroke.
Absolutely. So let me do a better job of the cut shot.
Beautiful.
Right. That golf ball just did it. Anyway, now here is
because that club face is tilting under.
Absolutely. Here's the lob shot. No throw, no damage. Here's the lob. Whoa!
It's right under it.
Yeah.
Just slips right under the ball.
Beautiful, beautiful shot. Not like this in 30 yards. There's no point in using a lob shot unless you have to.
25 yards maybe. I'll split it with it. But we got a false front. Probably not visible in the camera. We have a false front. That pin's probably not more than 10 feet above that false front. Yeah, it's really tough.
Right, it is. Definitely is. So the cut shot and the lob shot. Cut shot using a vertical motion. Lob shot, ball placement at low point. Not forward low point, at low point. Not behind low point.
Why are we calling it a cut shot? It's just because we play the ball back? Why is it really a cut? The answer to that question, which I'll go ahead and answer, is typically you're cutting across the ball. That's where it got its name. The cut shot, we're defining as anything that has a vertical hinge action through the ball, a laying back motion of this club face. Because you can have a cut shot in our definition that goes in to out, an inside out cut shot that'll produce a little draw, an outside in cut shot will produce a little fade. But in the old days, and the way this term came about, you were open, not in a square, comparatively squared away position to impact, but actually an open alignment of the entire body, usually, not just of the stance, where you're coming up and stance is open, but you're tracing a straight plane line to the target. You are actually, as if rotated in a tube all the way around. It's an entire open alignment of the body. You are now setting your plane line across the target line. It is an open plane line and a square target line. And then you're setting the club face down. You're not changing your grip. You're still flat, level, and vertical to take your grip. But you have rotated the club in the grip. You have actually rotated the grip end of the club within your own hand grip, and you now have put this pressure point at the very top of the shaft instead of behind the shaft, and the face is wide open.
So you rotate the face open in your hand.
Right, but you still have flat, level, and vertical. See, this is a very important sameness. Always at impact, whether you're in your full drives, your short putts, or pitches, or chips, you've always got flat, level, and vertical at impact, regardless of your club face position, or regardless of what plane you're coming down.
So the difference, this isn't opening the face.
No, that's changing your flat, that's turning the left hand. Right.
This is opening the face.
Exactly right. You have rotated the grip of the club within the grip of the left hand in its flat, level, and vertical condition.
Now on with the cut.
On with the cut. So, as we rotate around, the ball will tend to position itself more forward in the hand. If you look at it that way, but in reality, your positioning in relationship to this shoulder, you got your face slightly open, forearms on plane.
Absolutely.
There we have it. I need a little more weight, but that was a perfect little cut shot.
Old cut. That's pretty rare.
Go again. That was a wonderful little cut shot. Going to carry it right over that false front. Open stance, open plane. A little harder. That was a tracing motion of the right forearm through the ball as the left hand laid that club face back. So plane line, open to the target line. Right forearm tracing the open plane line, not the line of the target, but tracing the open plane line of the target as the left hand lays it back. You do need some facility here. Left hand, club face. Right hand and forearm, club head.
Absolutely.
But in this little shot, you have all three elements of the club. The face, controlled by the flat left wrist, opening up. The club shaft, tracing down that plane line.
Absolutely.
And then the club head, sensing the lag pressure.
Knowing what you got.
Yeah, just dragging that.
Absolutely. Know your accumulation. Know what power you have.
Years ago, Sam Snead was given a private clinic, and he was demonstrating to the audience. He said, now in this particular shot, you got to go down and up at the same time. Everybody kind of scratched their head, gave a little polite applause. Ha ha, sure, we understand, Sam. And he kind of looks at him, he says, well, I know it sounds hard to do, but that's what you got to do. You got to go down and up at the same time. Well, what did he mean? He meant you're going down with the club head. Notice on those cut shots, every one of them took a little divot.
Absolutely.
But up with the club face. Down and up at the same time.
It's a beautiful description of vertical head.
All right, put your little cut shot on it now. So here we're not worried, we're not so particular about this low point positioning. We're getting rid of the dangers of bellying the ball or of slipping under it. We're taking our normal down, out, and forward downswing with the ball position well behind low point.
So I'm rotating that club face open, then getting my grip, get the club face looking at the target, body set up. Now I'm going to just swing, and again I'm using the swing, three-barrel, and feel a little reverse roll.
Wonderful. Now let's talk a bit more. Go in, baby. Let's talk a little bit about, by the way, guys, those are exceptional shots. That flag is cut right above this false front. If I was the member here,
we need to be in a golf tournament.
I think I would complain about that pin position. That makes Pinehurst last week look like a piece of cake.